And now it's time once again for another episode of Wipe Those Tears. And here is your host, the star of Wipe Those Tears, Jason DiCanio.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Thank you very much. And welcome to this edition of Wipe Those Tears. Oh, thank you. Fantastic group tonight. What a group. Thank you. You're too kind. Welcome once again to another edition of Wipe Those Tears on the David 3000 Network. It is episode number 25, the silver episode. That's right. And you're probably saying to yourself, the silver episode? What is that all about? Well, 25th marks kind of like, an anniversary or a celebration of some sort. Well, 25 represents silver. So here is the 25th episode of our show. And we made it after 25 weeks with our current cast right now. And we want to thank you for 25 fantastic episodes. I think you all should give yourselves a round of applause for that. Yes, thank you. Thank you very much. We couldn't have done it without you and your continued support on the David 3000 Network. And of course, I'm all dressed for the occasion. I'm all raven-clawed. I've got some silver in me and some blue to kind of represent that. And of course, now I want to introduce the Tier Masters because they're really the stars of the show. They're the ones that make it happen. I give them a lot of credit and a lot of just thank you for their undoubtedly tough decisions that they have to go through each and every week on our show. And of course, I am giving them April 3rd off, the week of Easter Sunday. So that Easter week, you guys have it off. Yeah, you guys are going to get it off on Easter week. That's right. Celebrate it with your friends and family and enjoy it to come back on the 10th and do it all over again. So 2 more weeks before Easter, 2 more shows. And we'll then go into, the Easter break and take time with our friends and our family and celebrate the spring holiday in royal fashion. Okay, first up is the man who, as you probably know, was on DMS 3000 News today to help celebrate not just the occasion, but he's one of my co-hosts on the program. He's in rotation. Ladies and gentlemen, the man who gave you DMS 3000 News today, let's welcome from Canada, Mark Leota. Yeah.
Hello.
Hey. Sir. Yes. Yeah. If you want to lower your cam a little bit so we can see your full face, yeah, that'd be great. Because you like to kind of like hide up to here. We always see your. There you go. You're good now. That's perfect. And he froze himself. You froze there when you were trying to move the cam, but now you're good. Now just kind of ease back a little bit. Sit back in the chair. There you go. Now you're perfect. You're handsome and you're perfect, and welcome aboard. Thank you again for covering tonight, this afternoon, Mark. Appreciate it.
No problem, sir.
I hope you had a great time with the audience and gave them some great news articles. I was watching kind of in between. I was outside doing some yard work and trying to get things situated, but I tuned into your show and I was very impressed. Great job tonight.
Oh, well, thank you very much.
And of course, you'll be back on the week of April 3rd, even though we'll be on Easter break, you'll still be able to do DMS 3000 News because we're going to be down. We're going to be, we're taking that Monday off, but we'll have you on the week of April 3rd. So you're on you're after Brian Snow on the rotation after the 27th. So.
All right, that works.
Is next week, and then it's Brian Snow will try again. Hopefully he'll have the time, but we'll have you slated for April 3rd. Okay. In the meantime, I'm glad you're doing okay. Hope everything's doing well in Canada today.
Yeah, it actually got up to around 20 degrees Celsius up here today.
Ooh.
Yeah, the warmest day of the year by far. So
by far. by far. And
keep in mind, it's only the middle of March, so as you probably expect, this isn't going to be lasting very long at all.
No, you probably go back in the negatives again, just a bitter cold before you really get any relief, like right after Easter Sunday. Hopefully, you'll start getting some nice warm weather come April and May and get back to reality and enjoy some springtime, you know?
Yeah, well, it definitely felt like spring today, so.
There you go. Well, see, you warmed it up with DMS 3000 News, and we appreciate that. So, in the meantime, thanks for being here tonight. You ready to play?
I'm ready.
Okay, let's introduce the next group of guys here. Starting with the man from Haines City, Haines, Kansas, actually. He's my co-host on Saturdays with McVeigh and Jay. Here is Scott McVeigh. Yo.
Hello? Oh, there we go. I had to pop up from somewhere. There you go.
That's making his own entrance. What is up, my co-host from the Saturday show?
Well, not too much. It's been pretty nice here in Kansas. We had 2 days the past couple days around the 70 Fahrenheit degree mark, which was pretty nice, but it started to chill down a little bit here. Possibly might see a little wetness later tonight. We'll see how that goes. Other than that, things are going pretty well so far. So there we go.
Well, I tell you, we had a fantastic show on episode 2 last week, and episode 3 of Saturdays will be here. And hopefully everybody will be tuning into that program because you just don't know what's going to happen. I mean, I can give you a little bit of hint. Scott's going to be the next interviewee.
Ooh.
And we'll be wearing our color green. I can give you that much because there's St. Patrick's weekend. So we will be in green this week. This weekend coming up, definitely. We can give you those couple of things, but you'll just have to tune into the show to see what's going on. All right. And Scott, you ready to play?
Yes, I am.
Tonight. No Kitty, huh?
No. Kitty's hanging around in the neighborhood where she's good.
Okay. Well, we wish her a safe travels back to the master's house, you know? All right. Wish you the best of luck as always, Scott. And now, the man who wants to explain what in the world he's doing with a half of his screen name and half of another screen name. Here's his real name, actually. It's Brandon Bogart. He's here. Yeah. What's up, man? Thanks, Mr. Miranda Chick-fil-A. Now, what is going on here with this? Please explain, because you were telling me before we went on that you were going to explain it. So please, the floor is yours, and we're going to put you in. We're going to put you in the solo layout, so you have it all by yourself. Tell us what's going on here.
So what had happened was just recently this Monday, went to Chick-fil-A. They asked for my name before I gave my order. And specifically in my normal voice, I just said Brandon, my regular name. Little did I realize, it took a while. It took a while for somebody to find me, and somebody that works at Chick-fil-A went up to me and said, "What was your order?" I said what my order was. He gave it to me, and he said that they spelled your name wrong.
They spelled it Mirandon.
Mirandon. Oh, that's funny.
So the whole time, instead of Brandon, it was Mirandon.
And the even better part, this isn't even the first time. This is like the second time this has happened.
Oh boy!
The first time they called me Randall.
Randall. Oh my goodness! All right, well, you know, hey, that's the brakes on it, my friend. You got to really, hey, you know, maybe you should
start speaking my name louder.
Yeah,
I tell you, maybe you should have just had a DoorDash, and they would have screwed it up even more, and probably delivered it to a Mirandon somewhere down the road of off your block. You know, you never got your food on time. Those are the breaks, my friend. Those are the breaks. But here you are and ready to play tonight. You ready?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And we got one final man of the hour here. He's, of course, my buddy, who is like, Game Show connoisseur, but also soon to be the president of the band Fish. We all know he's going to eventually get to that point. Here is Gianni Pizzi, everybody. There he is.
Hello.
What in the heck are you? What a background.
That's cool, right?
Oh my!
Yeah, man. It's like you got the spotlight right on you, and it's not even like, the concert.
Yeah, no.
Oh, my gosh. You're in an undisclosed location, I am.
Pretty much, yeah. I'm at this brewery with my family, but
Oh,
we're gonna be getting away in the place for a bit until we get home. So this is actually pretty nice in the studio.
okay. Well, if you got some background noise, feel free to mute that mic so that way, yeah, there you go. But when you're ready to talk, you can turn it back on there. Hey, turn it on now. Turn it on now. We want to talk to you for a minute here. Yeah. So I know that because there's a lot of background noise, but that'll be good. But you ready to play tonight, my friend?
Oh yeah, let's do it. We got some good games out there.
Oh, yeah, especially when we get into the cage. You know about it. All right, mute that mic. Go ahead. And you guys are ready all? Let's do it. Let's go ahead into the explanation of the rules of Wipe Those Tears. Okay, guys, once again, we meet for the 25th time. And, of course, Scott's been with us, over a month and a half now. We're going to finish up the J's and go into the K's of the NES games. You must rate between 50 and 100 on cover, playability, and, of course, anything else that you can think of to do with it. I'll give you a description of the game. You rate it, and if you can't rate it at that time, you can pass it on to your next player, and we'll come back to you for your answer. But once your answer is locked, once your vote, once your score is locked, it can't be changed. Okay? So remember that when you're really thinking about these games here. So let's go ahead and whoops, shoot! I gotta put up the share. I gotta share the screen. Let's do it. There it is. There we go. Okay, this is what the board looks like when we last left off. God willing, I tell you, I almost deleted the whole thing, and boy, I think everybody would have gotten mad at me if we did, because then we would have to start this whole thing over again.
Oh,
You would have
yeah.
thrown rotten tomatoes and eggs at me on this one. He's already thanks. Yeah. But anyways, let's go ahead and get on with it, folks. First one up on the board tonight is The Jungle Book. An old Disney story. Look at this. All right, let's take a look at The Jungle Book here. By Eurocom and Virgin Interactive Entertainment, August 1994. Let's take a look at the description. Disney's The Jungle Book is a series of platform video games based on the 1967 Disney animated film of the same name. The game was released by Virgin's Interactive Entertainment in 1994 for the Game Boy, Nintendo, Master System, Genesis, Game Gear, etc., even the MS-DOS. And while gameplay is the same on all versions, technological differences between the systems, force changes, and in some case, drastic in level design, resulting in 6 fairly different versions of the same game. This article is largely based upon the Genesis version, but the player controls Mowgli, as you know, a young boy who has been raised by wolves. Mowgli must leave his home in the jungle and go back to the human village because Shere Khan, a tiger, is now hunting him. Mowgli must fight jungle wildlife and ultimately Shere Khan himself to reach his village. During the journey, he meets Bagheera, Baloo, King Louie, and the hypnotist snake Ka, as well as the evil Shere Khan. Okay, this is the lineup that we had pretty much last week. And so we'll start with the ever-popular Mark Leota for the first score of the night with the Jungle Book.
All right, well, I would say this would definitely be a fun game to play for anyone that's a Disney fan like I am.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Animated film, very good. They actually had a live-action remake of this several years ago in 2016, which I thought was pretty good.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So, and from what I remember, I believe the signature song for that, of course, is The Bare Necessities.
Look for the bare necessities of simple bare
Okay,
necessities.
okay, well, let's not say too much. I don't want copyright.
No, I know, right?
Yeah,
And again, since this is kind of a small channel, I don't think Disney's gonna really care too much.
I don't think so either. No.
Oh, yeah.
And yes, wouldn't even care either if we went and kind of gave a song to every one of these games, you know?
Yeah. Anyways, so a couple of things. One, I'm gonna give this 78, and two, the pronunciations are Mowgli and Shere Khan.
Shere Khan. Thank you for the correction. Appreciate that, Mark. Always keep me in line here. Hold me accountable for it. Shere Khan and Kai or Ka.
No, you had that right. It is Khan.
Yeah, Claw is correct though. Yeah.
Ka's correct. Okay.
Yeah.
Mowgli I knew was right, but Baloo and then I don't know
Well, I
who the
said
other.
it Mowgli.
Mowgli. Oh, I thought it was Mowgli.
Yeah. And
Mowgli.
then
Bagheera.
Bagheera,
Bagheera.
yeah, I think that sounds about right. Yeah, that's the Panther.
Okay, that's cool. Well, you gave it a 78. That's a good passing score there. Now we go to Brandon Bogard with The Jungle Book video game.
It is Shere Khan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I looked at this and I noticed very quickly that I see no problem.
Okay, that's good.
This feels like everything that the original is expected to be. With that said, $100.
Oh my goodness! Look at him go. He's giving his first 100 of the night, and he zips it up with nice. Okay. Mr. Bogard gives it a solid, perfect score there, and now we go to the man from Saturdays. Here is Scott McVeigh with The Jungle Book.
Okay, this looks like a kind of an interesting game here for the most part. I love this cover art because it really shows off the main character and a few of the other things that happened there. Actually, and see, a few of the things are pretty neat though. As you probably have noticed, I've noticed there's some platforming and maybe a few bonus rounds from what I'm seeing on all different types of pictures here and all that. It looks pretty good, but I can't give it as high as Brandon would give it though. I still would think, that you could probably get away with something like this, on any system for that matter. I'm going to give this a good 85.
85. Okay, not bad. A middle B there. Very good. Okay, Gianni, you're up with The Jungle Book.
Right. Obviously, definitely seen the movie. Forgot about the 2016 one, actually. Mark reminded me of that one.
The question I
yeah.
have is, did James play this one or even critique it? I don't think he did.
Don't think he did. I forgot that this was a game on the NES. I think I knew about it for a while, but
Okay.
there are far worse movie-based games, but
Mm-hmm.
you could do. But I do like some of the graphics of it. Kind of looks like a lot of the movie, so I'm gonna give it 92.
92. Okay, very good. Solid A there. Okay. Well, I've not played the game, but I have, of course, watched the movie. I even had the LP. For all you people who have record players out there, I had the Story of the Jungle Book on LP and the soundtrack of the music as well. So I had two of the Jungle Book records, but I didn't know there was a Jungle Book Nintendo game. Not even really considering it. But if they're true to the whole star of the game, then that's good. I mean, they've got the characters and they're true to the story. They probably kind of had to change it up a little bit, maybe. But I think Disney had a big say in how they were going to, of course, they had to give the final product as close to the book and the story as possible so there wouldn't be any confusion. I like the cover art. I think it's fantastic. Very, very cartoonish, which is good. So I'm going to say about an 81. I'll give it a low B. Low B there. But it's still a B when you think about it. Okay, we have our 5 scores. Here we go with the average.
think I've got all.
Well, gentlemen, it's not an A, but it will definitely make its way up to the B tier and roll right next to Joust with an 87.2. Very good. Nicely done for the second to last of the J games there. And now we go up next to Jurassic Park. Yes. The very game from Universal Studios Pictures. Here is the story of Jurassic Park. Let me give it to you real quick. Ocean Software is the company, the publisher, June 1993. Right about the time, I think, Universal opened its doors, but it kind of probably even opened it up later on in that sequence. Jurassic Park is the video game from 1993 based on the film and novel. It was developed and published by Ocean Software, released for the NES. Ocean also ported the game onto the handheld Game Boy. The object of the game is to survive in Jurassic Park, a theme park and zoo where genetically engineered dinosaurs have escaped from containment. You've seen the movie? If you've played the game, it's very similar to that. We now start the critiquing with Brandon Bogard on this game for Jurassic Park.
So I do only see like one part of two parts of gameplay. I like that one of the images there's like a science whatever thing, and then there's like a couple, and another there's a couple of Tyrannosaurus Rexes and like a parade or something.
Okay.
So I'm gonna probably give it a 93.
93. Okay, very good. That's about a medium A, and we can definitely accept that. Okay, Scott, you're up with Jurassic Park.
Okay, great movie franchise. This game itself, from what I remember seeing, not the best in the world, though. I mean, there's been some harsh reviewing on it, though. Other than that, it's still pretty neat, though. Pretty well done. Like I said, the cover of the game looks just like a movie poster, or like it was originally there. As I'm looking at all the different shots, there seems to be a lot of blank space, among other things. I know it's supposed to be grass and all that, but it just seems to be kind of lacking in a few things, though. But it's still a pretty good game. I'm going to just give it a nice 80 and call it that.
A nice 80. That's still fair enough there. Very good. Okay, we go to Gianni with Jurassic Park.
Okay, I didn't know that there was a Jurassic Park game for NES. Now I'm looking up. Apparently, AVGN has done this as like a small segment of one of his episodes, but he has played this game.
Yeah,
I remember because I definitely seen one of the screenshots. Picture this dinosaur that pops up in the intro of some of his episodes.
Did you see the movie?
I have seen the movie.
Okay.
I've seen some of the newer ones too, the Jurassic World. So
yeah,
looks pretty much like it. Never actually played it, but looks pretty much like a game. At least there are dinosaurs in it. So at least it would be seem there weren't dinosaurs in the game, but we've seen worse with video game and movie video games.
Mm-hmm.
But actually, he's not doing the NES one, but it's for Sega Genesis, but he has played something similar to this.
Right.
I'm gonna give this one 82.
82. Okay, still a very fair B there. Okay, Mark Leota, you're up with Jurassic Park.
Okay. The classic film, which I believe is also the inspiration for Toronto's NBA team, at least for the naming part of it.
The Raptors, yeah.
Yep.
Has something to do with it.
Probably.
Yeah. And from what I remember, I believe they actually put out a Jurassic Park collection on consoles recently.
Mm.
Yeah, on the Switch, Xbox, PlayStation, and I think PC. I can't quite remember. I will. Ooh, that dinosaur looks like it's ready to eat somebody. Chomp, 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 chomp. Okay. All right. I think I will score this one a 93.
A 93. Okay, very good. We have a double up on that one. I think Brandon Bogard gave it a 93 as well. We got it in. Very good. Okay. I have seen the movie. In fact, when I was working at Universal for the 5 years that I was there, all they talked about was Jurassic Park. Man. And in fact, there was.
One day.
Oh, I know, right? There was even a parking lot dedicated to Jurassic Park in the garages. So we had to. So every time we were cleaning those garages, man, welcome to Jurassic Park, and you would hear the dinosaurs going off, and all that freaky stuff.
I was surprised it wasn't called Jurassic Parking lots.
Right at that, exactly. Well, they were going to name it.
Yeah.
There was even one of those. This is definitely off the movie poster, so really they didn't have any trouble coming up with the logo for this game. But what is interesting to note is there is a slight NC-17 game called Jurassic Pork. Ooh.
I did not know that.
Yeah, there's a much dirtier version of it for all you under 18 and
an X-rated Jurassic Park for you.
An X-rated Jurassic Park, where the star of the show is a fat pig. I'm telling you, it's got a lot of It's like one of those extinct pigs that comes back from the Jurassic age.
No.
Cover art wise, I'm going to score it a big 100. There we go. Yep. I think it's just a fantastic cover. I mean, it's just got everything you'd want on it for it. And Nintendo did right by keeping it right to the movie as far as the cover art. Fantastic. Let's take a look at the average for this game, gentlemen. Here we go.
I think I've got all.
Well, that's going to be your second B of the night. Goes right into the B tier, right next to Jungle Book, and it gave it an 89.6, just 0.4 away from a perfect A there. All right. Well, we've got to take a little bit of a break here. I know we first half hour of our show. The introductions were long, I know. So we only got in 2 games, but we'll make up for it in the second half hour. But it's time for the ever popular Where Am I? That's what we're going to be looking at tonight. I'll give you clues to a specific location. You write them down at the end of the show. Do not reveal your answer until the end of the show. Okay? You don't win a prize, but, you can, of course, play along with us at home, folks. If you want to, comment. Or if you think you know, where am I? Okay. Here's the first of 2 clues. I am a small country. Small country.
Okay.
And the second clue is I am in Asia. So, small country and Asia. That's the 2 clues for that. And, of course, we'll give you 2 more clues at the end of the second half hour. Okay, let's go back to the game here. Anybody need a break? All right, gentlemen, you have completely finished the J's, and now we're going into the K's. Congratulations, you made it through another letter of the alphabet. We're almost getting there. Let's go to the K's. And the first one up on the list is Kabuki Quantum Fighter. Whoa! Very popular game that was probably played on Nintendo Video Power for as long as it has been on. It's a 2D platinum game developed by Human Entertainment, published by HAL Laboratory for the Nintendo. It was originally released on December 21st, 1990 in Japan, and was released in January of 1991 for the North American market before being released in Europe on February 20th, 1992. It's the year 2056. A virus has appeared in the main defense computer of the planet Earth. The origin and nature are unknown. Players adopt the persona of a 25-year-old Colonel Scott O'Connor, a military agent who has transferred his brain into raw binary code using experimental technology in order to combat a rogue program in the main defense computer. When O'Connor enters the system, His body forms the self-image of his great-great-grandfather, who was a kabuki actor. The virus in the virtual world takes on properties of the actual virus. It leaves behind debris, mutant creatures, and parasite environments of a biological nature. And then at the final level, it is revealed that the virus is of alien origin, having been picked up by the lost Hyperion probe launched to the neighboring planet. O'Connor stops it before the virus can order the Hyperion to fire its laser weapons and destroy the human population. Okay, with that in mind, we'll start off with Scott McVeigh in Kabuki Quantum Fighter.
Okay, well, I don't think I've ever played the game, to be honest with you, though.
Okay.
And I'll say right now, I'm looking at all these kinds of cool cover screenshots and everything like that. It kind of looks like a more open-ended version of the Batman game here on the NES as well, though, but using a cool character that can not only kick punch but also whip its hair, though, as well. So pretty cool looking, though, if you think about it.
Right.
Cover arts. I'm actually looking at both a combination of the American cover art as well as the original Japanese cover art here.
Yeah.
I think I like the Japanese a little bit better, though. It actually looks, more anime-esque compared to the very cybernetic looking, American cover art as well that way too.
Mm-hmm.
Well, like I said, you can tell the difference there. It's kind of interesting. At least it's got some good screen, shots in the background of the picture here, but the main character look almost looks like he's actually, has such a dark face. It's hard to tell. So just going on cover art alone, I'm going to give this a 72.
A 72. Okay, still a passing grade for Scott McVeigh. Okay, Gianni, you're up with Kabuki Quantum Fighter.
In terms of I'm still in here. I've not heard of this game. Looks like a pretty weird one.
Okay.
Yeah,
Are
I
you,
can't really.
we don't have you on cam. Are you
Yeah, we're heading back soon, but
okay?
I
All
will
right.
be on like a few minutes after, probably by the next one. By the time we do the next game.
No problem. We
But-
still can hear you. That's good. Okay, keep going. Sorry.
That's
sorry
good.
for the interruption.
No, you're fine. Okay, it kind of does look cool from what I'm seeing. I'm gonna give this 82.
82, a little bit higher on the grade. Gianni, I remember this game from Video Power.
Yeah, I've heard of that show. Never really got into it.
Yeah,
But-
it was like a mid-90s show. I was a senior
Yeah.
in high school when it came out.
Before my time.
Yeah, between 90 and 94, 95. But it was after Nintendo Power came out with the magazine, this Video Power was kind of like the prelude to it. Really helped everybody get a more interactive, look at all the games. So, very good. All right, thanks, Gianni, for that one. Now we go back to Mark Leota. What would you like to talk about with Quantum
don't-
Fighter?
Yeah, I don't think I ever heard of this game.
Okay.
I mean, it kind of looks almost like a. To me, it kind of almost looks like a bit of a Tron-esque background there on the cover.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, let's give it the old 69.
Ooh, barely going to not be able to pass it. First buzzer of the night. Oh, sorry about that. Ugh. Well, it is a difference of opinion there. Okay, Mark. All right, Brandon, you're up with Kabuki Quantum Fighter.
So I like the story that's behind this.
Mm-hmm.
I also like some of the images, the gameplay images, and I do. Oh man, it's looking pretty good. Just because of my bit of a confusion, I have to put it at least a 70. No. Oh, that was close. 97 is what I meant.
97. Oh, wow. Okay. three away from a perfection score there. Very good. Okay. I have heard of this game. I've never played it, but when I saw it on Video Power, that's all they talked about. Kabuki Quantum Fighter. And I'm telling you, yep, he talked about it. They explained it, gave a very good description of it. And all the kids, when they went through the obstacle bonus game, always seemed to pick that particular game. They always wanted it because it was featured It was one of their like feature video games that they always had plenty of to give around. Cover art wise, it looks great. It looks very futuristic. 2056. Hey, if that's what's going to be like in 2056, we don't got that far to go with this game. You know?
32 more years.
Right, exactly. If we're all around at that time frame, you know what I mean? Give or take. I'm going to put it at a 93. A high A. Very good. Okay, we have our 5 scores. Let's go ahead and average them out.
I think I've got all.
Well, speaking of averages and everything, I think you guys have been consistent with the first 3 games so far. This one's going back into the B tier again, 82.6. Still enough to give it a nice low B, but enough to get it into the B tier. Oh, we have a comment here. 2056, wait until 2034.
Oh, God.
Our CEO of the network has graced us with his presence.
David.
Very funny, David. Very funny.
He always has a line for everything. You know that. All right.
Yeah.
Yes, we
By
do.
the way, David, I got a little bone to pick with you. I mean, you go 4-0 against the Leafs this season. Come on, dude. Just you wait until the playoffs. Then you'll get yours, just like last year.
He's gonna have something to say about that.
I
Oh,
don't care.
you know
I
you
hate
will.
the
Yeah,
Bruins.
you know you will.
I hate the Bruins. I can trash talk them all I want to. I don't give a flying crap.
All right. Now, take it up with the man and after the show, as they say. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's get on with it now, gentlemen. We have.
Like that'll happen.
He says. Mark, just wait until Aaron Rodgers becomes vice VP.
Like that'll happen.
Oh, dear.
Like that'll happen, sir.
Oh my goodness.
I would say the chances of Aaron Rodgers becoming VP are the same as the Bruins winning the Stanley Cup this year, which I can put at 0.
Ooh, wow. Okay, guys, let's get moving on here. We got more games to critique. Next up is a very classic game that actually showed its presence on a movie back in 1988. This is called Karate Champ. Yes, it's been in fact, it was a very popular game that's gone even farther than that. Data East and Sakata SAS is the publishers and developers. December 1986, Karate Champ, or The Way of the Empty Hand, is a fighting game developed by Technos Japan and released in the arcade. It was released in the arcades by Data East in 1984. A variety of moves can be performed using the dual joystick controls using a best-of-3 matches format like later fighting games. The game was commercially successful, especially in the United States, where it was the highest-grossing arcade game of 1985 and the best-selling home computer game up until 1989. Now, Karate Champ established and popularized the one-on-one fighting game genre, for which it is considered one of the most influential games of all time. An updated version that allows 2 players the option to compete against each other was released in 84 under the title Karate Champ Player versus Player. The competitive Way of the Empty Hand, pretty maiden edition, features a multiplayer mode and more varied gameplay. It was released for the arcade shortly after the original during the same year and also published by Data East. This version was released internationally as Karate Champ. The original single-player version was exclusive to Japan and was served as the basis for the home versions of Karate Champ. So if you kind of scroll down, you'll see some interesting things about this game that I haven't gone over due to time constraints. We start this time with Johnny Peasy and Karate Champ.
And yes, Steven, I know very well you were talking about Vice President for the U.S.
Oh, yeah, he was. He was talking about that Vice President. Okay. All right. Well, back to Gianni with his critique on Karate Champ. Oh, wait a minute now. What's going on here? Oh, he
Am I
froze.
seeing double?
No, we have to add. This one and remove the remove.
Yeah, all right. We're good.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because he froze up as he was changing cameras.
Oh, no,
Okay.
yeah, we're
Ah.
gonna-
Yeah, David was coming in. I'm like, oh, great.
I'm here. Don't worry.
Okay, he's back home, and Gianni, now that you're in a
Come
seat,
home.
welcome home. Ha 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 ha. Tell us about Karate Champ. I think James talked about this one.
Maybe he has. I did research the last one though, the Quan wherever he did do that one.
Yeah.
Oh yes, he has in one of his wish list episodes. He did
Oh, okay, great.
Christmas wish list, but I have not really seen that one much. But I just researched that. But I've never heard of Karate Camp. I've heard of the next one we're going to talk about, but
Oh, well, the
said
Karate
there was
Champ.
a champ. All right, I searched camp.
Champ.
well,
Yeah, the Karate Champ of Champ.
That's probably why much. You said
And
there was
the
a
best for
movie
you.
out. This is based off a movie.
No, it wasn't even a
I
movie.
want to say no. This is not based off a movie, but it did show up in a movie called Bloodsport, where Ray Jackson was playing in Hong Kong, and of course Frank Dukes, played by Jean-Claude Van Damme, comes up and says, "Oh, are you too old for video games?" Yes, and so Van Damme kicks the heck out of Ray Jackson in the game, and they become best of buddies. But yeah, it did show up in that movie about 4 years after. Yeah, Bloodsport was 1988, matter of fact.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've not really heard much of this game, but looks like I think most karate games. I think it looks like only that guy from Kung Fu.
Mhm. Yeah, it's the white versus the red player, just like in Karate Kid 1, where you got, white versus red, usually, or any of
Yeah.
those one-on-one sparring matches. Yep.
But looks like what we said he has made this review this game. I'm gonna give this 80.
80? Okay, very good. 80 indeed. We can do that for you and put it up there. Okay, now we go to Mark Leota with Karate Champ.
Okay, yeah, I have never played this game. Never even heard of it.
Wow.
Yeah. Although, yeah. The Karate Champ, no, I'm not going to insult the title there, but it does look like a pretty fun little cover, though.
Oh, yeah.
All right, I'll give this a 72.
A 72. Still a passing grade. Very good. We can do that. Brandon Bogard, you're up with Karate Champ.
So Mark one-upped me in this one.
Oh,
Yeah, he already taught. I haven't talked about it yet though. So yeah.
well, you mean, but Brandon, you haven't even given your score yet.
Well, I was saying he one-upped me because, well, I do think this is fine. I don't know why on the front cover the guy on the bottom is smiling. He's like,
Oh, I don't know either. Maybe he's just, showing off. I don't know. The red guy looks like he's kicking the crap out of his head. Look like he's going to deliver a kick to the brain or something. Because he's
I'm looking at gameplay images on the back, and
yeah,
it looks very cheap.
Mm.
Not only that, one of them has one of the guys karateing a pit bull.
I guess. As far as maybe the what do you call it? Maybe on the because it's in front of a dojo, there's a judge for white and red, and then the judge.
Yeah.
But then you have the karate class at the bottom.
Friendly warning. If anyone who wants to practice karate, if you're gonna do that with a bull with horns, you're gonna die. You're not gonna survive. 71.
70. And he did one up you on that one. Yes. Okay, still a passing grade though for Brandon Bogard. Okay, Scott McVeigh, you are up now with Karate Champ.
You know what? While all you guys might not remember this game, I definitely do. This was actually an arcade title, as was mentioned before. I remember seeing this. Now, when playing this was technically a very difficult to control game because you had to do certain combinations on your joysticks and to figure out exactly which move to do here. Sure, you can go back and forth with one stick, but the other one helped determine exactly how, if you want to aim high, if you want to aim low, if you want to do kicks, back kicks, all kinds of things. It was kind of complicated. At least they had a move set on the actual arcade cabinets themselves.
Mhm.
I only remember, seeing the player versus player, which only was America. The bull thing, that was actually a bonus round, actually, where you tried to avoid the bull here by just trying to jump over it, which is kind of interesting. There was also another type of bonus round where you're actually trying to smash pots as they're flying towards you, which is kind of neat. It's a pretty good game, though, but like I said, I just thought it was really difficult, but it's still very good of a classic. Cover art looks like it. They are the two characters from the main game itself. 95.
95, a high A. Very good. Is it something you would want to blow your quarters on, though, Scott?
Some people did, and actually like that. I thought
It was the
very
most popular arcade game of 85. I bet you they blew $10 worth of quarters here, roll quarters there,
just about, because I remember whenever I was on, going to an arcade or two, I would see some people lined up for this machine, and you could tell they were doing the 2-player or equal single player, and you could tell they were, it was well liked back then.
Yep. Well, like I said before, at the beginning of when we put this up here, I remember the game as far as from the movie Bloodsport. Playing wise, it is difficult, and I have attempted to try it over at Arcade Monsters when they had revised a cabinet edition of it in the arcades. Mm-hmm. And it is very difficult, as you mentioned there, Scott. Yes, but it has a lot of classic to it, a lot of classic flavors to it. Great cover art. I mean, that's as classic as you can get. And when I saw it on the movie, I was impressed. I'm thinking, man, they attributed this just like the Kumite on the Bloodsport. That's exactly what it is. It's one-on-one, full contact. The red player versus the white player. You can't get any better than that. All in all, I'm going to say 92. High 92 there. There we go. Okay, I still give it an A as well, too. All right, let's see what our scores are for this Karate Champ.
I think I've got all.
Okay, guys, you're getting close to those A's, but you're not getting close enough. Another B for this one goes into the B tier, 82 even. All right, so that's 4 Bs from 4 games so far. Very good, though. I mean, like I said, the Bs are probably going to get a lot, and you've already established that out of the statistician. How many games have we taken control of?
Are we talking to me?
Yes, you are the statistician of our show.
So,
whoops,
we have 433 more games to grade. We've graded 277.
277. Of all of that, the Bees have taken over of the 277. Very good, gentlemen.
The bees, the bees.
The bees, the birds, the bees, and the buggies.
Oh my God, not the bees.
Buggies. What the?
The buggies, the birds and the bees. Yeah, all right.
Oh, those are the bees and the cigarette trees.
Oh, God.
Oh, brother.
Okay, wow.
Just for that, you get a free kitty there, Scott.
There you go.
Oh, gosh.
I was remembering the old song Big Rock Candy Mountain, so there you go.
Okay, let's go on to our next game here. And it's a classic that became 3 movies in the trilogy, but I heard some bad reviews from this game. It's Karate Kid. And good movie, bad game. Put out by Atlas and LJN. Gianni,
Yeah.
LJN.
Ruh-roh.
Unfortunately,
77.
Ruh-roh, Reggie.
This is a video game developed by Atlas and published by LJN for the Nintendo. The gameplay loosely follows plot elements from the first and second Karate Kid films. There are 4 levels in the game, and they play out as the movie goes. The object of each level is to defeat a variety of enemies, ranging from karate students to thugs. And they get harder and harder, and, well, we all know that James has a bone to pick with this game. But we'll wait till that one when Gianni comes up with it. But first, we go back to the top of the order with Mark Liotta and the Karate Kid.
Never seen the movie or played the game.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but I think I see Pat Morita hiding in the back of the cover there.
That is Mr. Miyagi in the background, yes. But he does not show up in the game, just to let you know, till the end. Unless you can beat the game, that's when he shows up. Other than that, he's not present.
If I tried playing this game, I probably wouldn't be able to beat it because, as I've said before, those games back then were hard.
And they were hard, yes. Mm-hmm. And with only 4 levels, yeah, very difficult.
Yeah. Well, that's how they get you. They try to force you to keep playing it over and over until you get good.
Right. Or you just completely throw the game on the floor and crack it in half, you know? Floats your boat.
Has AVGN played this one by any chance, Gianni?
AVGN has played this one. It was one of the first games he played.
Yeah.
That was even a teaching his opening.
I can imagine the frustration that he felt with this.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he did. He did not like this game.
All right. Let's say 77.
77. Very, very interesting there. Okay, Brandon Bogard, the Karate Kid.
Really? Bad reviews?
Very bad reviews, yes. Not on the movie. The movie got the trilogy got fantastic reviews.
On the game.
About the
Bad
game.
reviews on the game?
Oh yeah, there was some bad critiques on this game. Yeah.
What the? I'm looking at all this.
Yeah.
Doesn't look bad at all. This looks like it represents exactly what this game's supposed to be.
Uh-huh.
I mean, yeah, I guess the martial artist, he's on the front cover, but he's not in the game, is what you're saying, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Yep. But if
I mean, I guess despite that, like, I still got to give it like a 98.
Wow, a 98. Holy cow. What a difference of opinion there. But that's the way it is on Wipe Those Tears. It could be high, it could be low, it could be anywhere in the middle there. We got to get between 50 and 100, and you surely satisfied that. Okay, Scott McVeigh, you're up with the Karate Kid video game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can tell
What
already.
Yeah. I know the cover art looks great and all that there as well, showing off both Daniel LaRusso and Mr. Miyagi very well.
Mm-hmm.
But it's no secret this is not a good game. I mean, even James, Rolfe has mentioned how difficult this sucker is. Like, for example, you're trying to make a certain jump. An enemy hits you, puts you into a bottomless pit. And let's just say he's left off way too many F-bombs while doing that review, though. So there you go. Johnny will definitely attest to this. Just a lousy title. I can't truly F it, but I will give it a 60.
He's going to D it, though. That's still enough for a buzzer. Okay. Thank you for your critique on that one, Scott. Now we go to Gianni Pizzi, the AVGN expert here. All right, take it away, bro. What do you got to say about this game?
I mean, he hated this. He hated this game too. I mean,
I can't tell you how many times he cursed. I was watching it too. I thought it was like,
Yeah, and that was one of the first games he did, and of course he didn't really go into too much in depth of those games. He would die on purpose, especially in Karate Kid when he recorded that.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it's a short game with only 4 levels, but it's the hardest 4 levels. I mean, the first game, level, it's like a karate tournament, so it's not
Yeah,
really
you're just
like.
blocking and kicking the crap out of people. Yeah,
Yeah, then
it's
it starts
the
to get.
final-
I think at like the second or third level, like the wind like takes effect on it, and it's such a really hard game. Especially the fourth level. I mean,
Mhm.
the hard games. He didn't really. Actually, he did show the end of the game.
Yeah, he
but
did. He
still,
finally got through it.
a
But
lot hard, and we know it's LJN, so a lot of those games were not that very good. So it's gonna be. I'm gonna give the lowest grade possible, 50.
oh, he F's it. He F bombs it. Oh boy. Okay. Well, I tell you, friends. I saw all 3 movies, and I played a little bit of this game, and yeah, it's very difficult. I mean, I got to the first level. There are some great special effects with the bonus levels, with the bottles and with the crane and the called crane technique. You know, the old canopy, and of course the fly with the chopstick. Those bonus levels are true to the game. But yeah, it's hard as ever getting through the last the last 3 levels, especially in Okinawa, where you got thugs that just have spheres and you can't do anything, and they blink for 5 or 6 seconds and they're invincible and you can't kill them, and then they just gang up on you. Literally, they just gang up on you. And James is right. It's hard as fuck. Put it that way.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. And of course they took the cover art right from the first Karate Kid. Okay, so they wanted to, they really had it's a very misleading game as far as I'm concerned, and I agree with Gianni. I'm going to give it about a 63 and buzz it as well too. Yep. Double buzz. All right. And that's our look on not Pitfall. Wow, man! Not Pitfall. We'll put the Pitfall Think music on and average out the score and get on with it. You know.
Mhm.
There we go.
I think I've got all.
Okay, well, you got your first D of the night, 69.6, and unfortunately, that is a horn. Yep, but not enough for a losing horn, though, unfortunately. Just a buzzer horn. Okay, you guys got your first D of the night there. Not too bad. You got, what, 4 Bs and a D? Yeah, that's about right, give or take. All right. Up to the second half hour, the end of the second half hour of our program, going into the 10 o'clock hour. And it's time once again now for Where Am I? Before we do that, anybody got to go take a break, go to the bathroom, get a drink?
I'm gonna get water before we keep going.
Okay.
If he's going to get a water, this will be a perfect time for me to take a break, too.
Okay. And while they're doing that, we'll go ahead and wait up for them. As far as that's concerned. In fact, you know what we'll do, gentlemen? We'll go ahead and play our famous video playback of Battletoads. Everybody dance. Get ready for it. Here we go. We haven't done this in a while. Great exercise, you know? Stretch. Brandon, what are you doing, Bogart? What the heck is this?
You just say shut her up. Well, in a few days, by the way, till MLB 24, which will be on PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo Switch.
That's true. And I'm going to set up for the next game here, too, because I've got one. Yep. Okay. Oh, it's cold.
Okay, we're gonna rewrite.
All right, Scott McVay is in.
And I got Lightning in my area.
So, you know how I mentioned at the beginning of the show tonight that I got to 20 degrees Celsius today where I am?
Yeah.
The Sits dipped all the way down to 9 degrees Celsius.
It's gone down.
9
See,
degrees
Jason, I told you it wasn't going to last.
Nope.
Okay. Well, we got our Battletoads exercise in, as you know. That was pretty good. Scott relieved himself. Now we're just waiting on Gianni to come back.
I'm here.
Oh, you're here. Well, turn your camera on.
But yeah, I realize I'm
Okay. Yeah, we were doing a little Battletoads there while you were you guys were on break. We're doing a little exercise, or like James does. James and Mike,
No, Kyle, I think. Kyle.
James and Kyle, that's right. Yeah, they were
The
doing
guitar guy was behind the couch.
Yep, he finally came in front of the couch, and James was all on his case the whole game, basically. But they completed Battletoads, and well, All right, so now before we go on, we're going to go ahead and give you the next 2 clues in Where Am I? Okay, you got the first 2 clues was a small country and Asia. That was your first 2 clues, and now here's your next 2 clues. My emblem is the cedar. Okay, my emblem is the cedar. And the next clue is I have been a trade center for 4,000 years. Okay, so clues 3 and 4. My emblem is the cedar, and I have been a trade center for 4,000 years. It's a lot of years. Okay, so those are the 2 more clues there. Okay, we're all ready to go again. We're back and ready to go for our second hour and the third half hour of our game. All right. So far, so good. We got four B's and a D. Wow. Mm-hmm. Okay. Up next on the list of games here is a game called Next Up Karnov, or in this case, the way they describe it is Komov, Komv. I don't know why they spell it differently, but it's by Data East and Namco, December 18th, 1987. This one is a Nintendo Entertainment System port followed. Players take control of the title character Jim Brov, Komavsky, or Komavsky, or Komov, or Karnov for short. Karnov is a strong man, popularly illustrated as being from an unspecified part of the Soviet Union's Central Asian republics, as shown on the arcade flyer and again in Karnov's Revenge. Now, as a character created by Data East, Karnov was reintroduced in several other games from the company, including Bad Dudes vs. Dragon Ninja, in which he is a boss in the first level. Karnov later appeared in the 1993 fighting game Fighter's History, in which Karnov is the final boss, and as a playable character in its sequel, Karnov's Revenge, also known as Fighter's History Dynamite. Okay, let's go ahead and this is the 6th game, so we start with Brandon Bogard now for his look at Karnov. Wow. And the gongs go off.
So, this game looks like.
Well,
the fire-breathing Russian is seeking the lost treasure of Babylon. He runs, swims, jumps, climbs, and flies through 9 levels of gameplay. Countless bizarre enemies. Yeah, of course they're bizarre. And various sizes of strengths are out to prevent Karnov from finding the treasure. I guess the human is supposed to be Karnov.
Yeah.
Yes. Main character is Karnov, but like I said in the
description, he's the one breathing fire instead of the dragon.
Wow.
Yeah. What? Why? Not only I'm looking at images on the back cover. Yeah, he's swimming, but then then there's another picture where he's swimming like a mermaid. And then and there's another one where he meets a nice looking dog, a regular looking dog.
Yeah.
Not only that, in the game, he looks more chubby compared to the front cover. Front cover, he's like this, and the gameplay, he's like this. Give me the buzzer, 64.
64. He buzzes it, gives it a low D. Okay, Scott, you're up with Karnov.
Yeah. As you know, this was originally, as you've already mentioned before, this was an arcade game before it became an NES game. And I'll be honest with you, this is not the best port of the game, though, because the arcade game does look a lot prettier. One thing that was interesting is the fact that you had to collect items and then you actually get to use them at certain places, though, which is kind of interesting. So you get extra power-ups, though. Like, for example, getting a ladder, and you can use it at certain points to find hidden power-ups you can't normally find on the regular screen after you climb up the ladder. It's kind of funny. But this game is just like a big old weirdo mess. And it's not the best arcade game ever created, I'll be in honesty. One thing I thought was hilarious is that I'm also looking here at Namco's Japanese cover of the same game, where Namco released it in Japan, other than Data East themselves, though, even though this is a Data East arcade game. And yeah, it's kind of neat. At least I like the fact that they tried to make this guy kind of temporary, kind of like Data East's pseudo mascot character.
Mm-hmm.
But it's kind of a failure. I'm sorry. It's also a 65.
He ones up him though. Still, he ones up and still buzzes. Okay. All right, but 65. Okay, now we go to Gianni with Karnov.
Have not heard of this game. I do like the cover art, the Macho Man with the dinosaurs. Kind of weird, but kind of like it. Especially some of the graphics, cover art, kind of looks good. AVGN, I don't think has played this one. Definitely should. One of those games. But I'm gonna give this 75.
75. Okay, passing grade though. Very good. All right, Mark, you're up.
Okay. So first off, the first question I have is, what even is this?
Ain't my thoughts exactly, Mark.
Yeah.
Like, I have not even heard of this or even played it.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I don't think this would look that good, to be honest. So it's gonna be 56 for me.
Ooh, 56. He really gives it an F there. Okay. Well, Karnov. All right. Well, never saw the game, never played the game. Would I enjoy it? Based on what I've read, maybe. If I had any interest in these kind of games here. Cover art wise is the only thing saving it right now, but at this point, playability would probably be very difficult. Looks like there's a lot of dinosaurs in this game, and looks like he goes back to the Jurassic era almost in the game too, as well, from the looks of it. But he's a Russian guy and everything, and he also appeared in other games at the time. Johnny, did James cover this game?
I don't know if he did, but he should.
I don't think he did because I don't remember. Maybe Mike played it on Mike Mondays, on maybe
maybe he has, but
yeah. Well, I don't know. Playability wise, I can't say anything positive about it because I never played it. But the cover art's the only thing saving it. But I'm still going to buzz it. I'm going to say 68. I'm going to buzz it. Sorry about that. Double buzz. Yeah. Yeah.
LD.
Yeah. All right. Let's see what we have here for an average.
I think I've got all.
Well, it's staying right next to Karate Kid, 65.6, so it gets a buzzer on that one. Or, for that matter. All right, a D. All right, so we got four B's and 2 D's, so we're really kind of like dropping in the ratings here a little bit, but that's the way it goes sometimes. Okay, going to our next game. This is called Kickmaster. Oh my gosh. Kickmaster, put out by Kid and Taito, January 1992, unreleased. This is an action game published for the NES. The game has some role-playing game elements, such as leveling up. Kickmaster resembles early games in the Castlevania series. Enemies are fought using martial arts kicks and magic spells. Defeated enemies drop 3 items that will either help or hurt the player character, Thonian. And when Thonian gains a level, his maximum MP is increased and new moves are learned. Okay, this time we'll start with Scott McVeigh with Kickmaster.
Oh gosh. Like I said, I've never seen this game, never played it. I didn't even know it existed, to be honest there.
Ooh.
But as you've seen on a few screenshots, yeah, this is kind of like Castlevania meets martial arts, though, so it is kind of different, though.
Mm-hmm. Kind of different.
The graphics actually look not too bad. Actually, it looked very colorful, very detailed as well, though.
Yep.
I like the fact there's some cutscenes here as well that have that medieval look to it, though. Fantasy elements, though, as well. You know what? Just by the idea, it's a Taito title, as I mentioned. I've liked these were pretty darn good on the NES.
Mm-hmm.
B, the cutscenes looked really good. C, the graphics look really good for an NES title. Just by going all that stuff alone, I've got to get this one 91.
91, an A, a low A, but still an A. Okay. All right, Gianni. Kickmaster.
Have not heard of this game.
Mm-hmm.
Either with this game, you think it's either a soccer game or I guess karate, which is karate in this case.
Yeah, soccer is coming up next.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel like we've been getting a lot of karate games today, tonight.
I know we've been on that same genre of Karate Champ, Karate Kid, and now we have Kickmaster. Yeah, for sure.
But I don't know. I'm looking at some of it. Is there an octopus as one of the bosses in the game?
Can anybody verify that?
I don't know. It looks like an octopus.
I'm
You
not
can kind of
seeing
see the
any
tentacles.
octopus. I see a woman with a whole bunch of dogs as a boss, but I'm not seeing too many things with octopi.
Bogart, do you have any screenshots or?
I'm only at. I'm low.
It might be an octopus. It's kind of like an octopus meets Jar Jar Binks. I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's the picture I'm looking at.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I can see. It's like that.
And you can kind of see the tentacles in it too.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing.
Yeah, okay.
That's kind of what made me think it was octopus, the tentacles.
Wow.
I'm gonna give this one 81.
81. Okay. All right. We got a good game and good score there. Okay, Mark, you're up with Kickmaster.
I'm not sure exactly what genre this is supposed to represent. Like, is it RPG or karate or both?
It's according to this, it's a mix of role playing and martial arts.
Okay.
Magic spells are also used in this as well too.
So I guess that would make it a bit of an action RPG then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, very interesting then. Okay. Because I think back then, like, the action genres and the RPG genres tended to be separate from each other. But now, like, in recent years, you've seen, like, where they kind of mix them together.
Right.
Anyways, I think I'll give this one a 68.
68. Ooh, he's gonna buzz it. All right. Okay. All right. Mr. Bogard, you're up. With Kickmaster.
So while I
All right. Go ahead.
So while I do like the martial art guy on the front cover, that woman. Never mind.
Oh yeah, I know you're
Well,
Yeah.
just for that, you get a free city there. Thank you.
But in all seriousness,
Mm-hmm.
that woman in that woman in that pose is getting to remind me of the cover for Fright Night.
Mm.
Ooh yeah.
Also, why would a martial arts artist go against the devil?
I don't know.
Like, you're taking on a flying devil. It's not gonna work. I gotta give that 66.
Oh, 66, and he buzzes it. Okay. Well, I gotta be honest with you. I'd never seen this game before. I never knew it existed. I'd probably like it, but I'm not a big Castlevania fan either, and I've seen Castlevania big time. And I know James Castlevania is like nom de poids.
Like
You know?
Castlevania.
He does?
I thought he does, yeah.
I thought he really like highly disregarded it
The
as one of.
7-1, he kind of badmouthed.
Oh
it.
yeah, that's right. I knew he didn't like one of the two because he always referred back to the Castlevania series as something very kind of like, you know. But I don't know if he's even touched this one before, because if it had anything to do with Castlevania, he loved it, you know. Based on the cover art, yeah, it looks really like hell has just come to the earth. You know what I mean? So much blood, so much to action, and yet, you know, our hero is in blue, and he's, you know, just basically kicking the crap out of the girl. It looks like there for a minute. I don't know why, but it looks like he's just taking it and go, oh, cover art looks good. I'm going to give it 84. All right, a little bit higher there. It's the only thing saving it right now on the saving grace. Let's average it out here, guys.
I think I've got all.
Well, this one's actually going to get a C, 78. Kickmaster goes up to the C tier right next to John Elway with 78. Nah, that's your first C of the night, guys. Not bad. Still a very passable grade on that one. Okay, we going now to the next game on the list. This one is called Kickoff. Or in this case, yes, it's called Kickoff. Let me put it up there real quick. This is a soccer game, it looks like. Yeah. Or football. The football. This is put out by Enigma Variations, Imagineer, July 22nd, 1992. This is a series of football simulation video games created by Dino Dini. Was published by Anu Gupta's publishing house, Anko Software, for the Atari and Commodore Amiga. First released in 1989, Kickoff was well received and won awards. Now, after the release of Kickoff, several sequels were released. Player Manager was released in 90. The game was the first game to combine a management environment, including tactics, league play, transfers, and detailed player attributes, with a football game engine based on that of Kickoff. Kickoff 2 was released in 1990 as a sequel to Kickoff. The game introduced a number of the new features as well as several small alterations. Yeah. So for all of you soccer fans out there, or football, if you like to be politically correct about it, or, you know, word-wise on the correctness there, Okay, who starts this one? Johnny, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Johnny, kick off. Take it away.
I feel like I have heard of this one. Yeah, I have heard of it, I think, but there's so many soccer football games I think we done. Okay. I don't like what I'm seeing with the graphics of the game. There's way too much green. Like you can't really see much of the field. You can kind of see like in the corner of where everybody is, but I mean, I feel like they could have put more detail in. No, actually, I see part of it when they're going, but I don't know. It really does not seem right. I feel like way too much green. That's kind of what is throwing me off of this. 71.
71, just barely passing it, but still enough for passing grade on it. Okay, Johnny, thank you. Okay, Mark Leota, you're up with kickoff.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think I've played this one, but I guess it'd be pretty fun for a soccer fan. I mean, I'm not really much of a soccer person, but I'm sure there's plenty of other people in the world who are, so they probably enjoy this.
Right.
So I can't exactly be too hard on this. Let's go 85.
85. Okay, still a reasonable B. Scott McVeigh, you're up with kickoff.
It's a sports game.
Yep.
I can't say much more about it. But like I said, it's based off of one of the most popular sport in the world, which is, of course, football, aka soccer. Doesn't look too bad, but like I said, as Gianni said, a lot. Way too much green, a lot of open spots. Makes it look like there's very little graphic-wise at all. I think the game still plays pretty well, at least, though.
Would you compare it to Goal?
Maybe similar to that, though. But I can't remember what he even said for that. I know it doesn't look like too much, but it still looks like a decent game. I'm just going to give it almost straight down the middle, 70.
Passing, but 70 on the nose. Okay. All righty. Okay, well, we've got our scores so far here. Now, any soccer games, I'm telling you guys, I don't play them. I do not play soccer games. I love watching soccer, but yes.
Okay, so I just heard we started with Gianni, yes?
Yeah.
Oh, you forgot Brandon.
Oh, wait a minute. Why did we skip to? Oh, shoot. I'm sorry, Brandon. I thought we gave you Oh, okay. My bad. Go back. Go for it.
That's why.
Started with Gianni. Oh, Christ. I'm gonna die right there on the platform. Okay.
Oh, no.
Brandon, go ahead and go ahead.
All right. So,
Mamma mia.
Oh, wow.
So kickoff.
Oh my God! What kind of soccer ball is that? Is that a globe? Oh,
Yes.
It's the Shrek logo.
It's a Shrek logo, is right.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So kickoff. My biggest problem is I don't think you can really see like the players running. It's like this angle where the camera is facing down.
Mm-hmm.
It's really throwing me off, throwing people off. But I guess I could like see some people liking it. 78.
78. Okay. I think didn't you one up the guy? Didn't you one up somebody on this one? Who gave it a 77? I thought somebody gave it a 77.
I don't remember.
I gave it 71.
Oh, okay.
I gave it 70. So
Yeah.
Gianni one up me.
Mark gave it an 85. So yeah, that's true. We'll give Gianni a one up on that one. And okay, so we got everybody now.
Yeah, you can give your review, Jason.
Yeah, well, it ain't much to give because I've never seen this game, but I've seen Goal. You know, the other game, the other soccer game that we've critiqued in the G's. So I can't really say that I've seen this game, but I bet you they're all just the same. But I bet you there's some comparability that probably Goal was a lot better than this one.
True.
based on what you guys have described here, cover art, it looks very, very just like they just were in a hurry to get this game, put on the market. They didn't really think about the cover in any kind of shape. I'm going to say 62. 62 and buzz it. Yeah. All right. We got our 5 scores in. I can hit the button now. Here we go. Okay, this one I can't believe is actually going to go in the C tier. 73.2, right next to Kickmaster. 2 C's in a row, and 2 D's and about 6 B's. Wow. Okay. Not bad, gentlemen. Not bad. You guys are just kind of like I say. Okay, we're coming to the end of our third half hour of this show here on the 25th show. And it's time again. Do we need to take a break?
I'm good.
I'm good.
Do we want to end or do we want to continue going?
We can keep going.
Yeah, we got a few more good games.
Yeah, I'm good.
There are some good games I want to get in there.
Okay, very good. All right, we'll give you the next clues then to Where Am I? All right. And I hope you are following along with us as well. Okay, next clue is I got my independence from France in 1943. Okay, and my people are an equal mix of Christians and Muslims. And for your third clue, because you get an extra clue on these last 2 rounds here, my capital was battered by a civil war from 1975 to 1990. Okay, so let me repeat those clues again for you. Got the independence from France in 1943. My people are an equal mix of Christians and Muslims. And my capital was battered by a civil war from 75 to 1990. You'll get the final 3 clues at the end of the game. Remember, do not reveal your answers until we are completely finished with the games, okay? But I hope you are kind of getting close to some kind of an answer to Where Am I? All right, let's start it up again, gentlemen. Good luck with the final half hour of our game. I don't know what they're going to do. Are they going to label us? I don't think we're a game show. We're more like what would you consider our genre for this show? Critique?
Yeah. Probably.
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah. It is a game, though, because it is fun.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
I'd say it was like judging like the Gong Show. Or Dance Fever, where they had to go 70 to 100, something like that. Yeah. Okay. Since we're ready to go on to the next game here, let's look at it. This one is called Kickle Cubicle.
Huh?
What?
Kickle Cubicle. What a name.
I have not even heard of that.
Kickle Cubicle is a puzzle game developed by IREM for the arcades in 1988 and then ported to the NES in 90. The protagonist, Kickle, wakes up one day to find his homeland, the fantasy kingdom, turned to ice by the wicked wizard king. The king has imprisoned the people in dream bags. Only Kickle was unaffected. So Kickle sets out to save the kingdom with his special freezing breath, which he uses to turn the invaders into ice to use against his foes. The player must travel through the 4 lands in the fantasy kingdom, which Kickle plays in a set order. Each land has a boss at the end, and after completing all 4 lands, the special game begins, consisting of 30 harder levels. Wow. So, after you get through those first 4, you thought you were done. No. You got to go through 30 more levels. Okay, we go to the top of the order this time with Mark Leota with Kickle Cubicle. Wow.
So 4 levels of main stuff and then a 30-level gauntlet. Oh my god. Yeah, that is classic NES evil. Right?
You might have to dedicate about 4 hours to this game if James was going to do this, I guess. I don't know.
It's kind of like similar when he played Bubble Bobble. He just got so addicted he couldn't stop.
There you go, see?
Maybe he'll happen this, but I don't know if I ever want to play this game, I feel like. Look, it's just so ridiculous. It looks like.
It's
Okay.
ridiculous and silly.
Yeah.
Yeah, both.
So silly, and I think I'm going to give it a 50, the lowest I can possibly give it.
He's gonna buzz it, folks. He gives it an F. All right, now we go to Brandon Bogard with Tickle Cubicle.
So
What a wake-up call.
Oh boy.
I decided I was gonna look at this from a different perspective. Instead of an adult's perspective, I decided to look at this from a baby's perspective.
Oh.
We're talking like a dream. I think it just says something about dream fantasy, didn't you?
Yeah, let me repeat that again. It is dream bags. The king has imprisoned the people in dream bags. Only Kickle was unaffected, so he has a freezing breath to freeze his enemies. Kind of like Kirby, in Kirby's Dream Land.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So
Or Kirby's Adventure in this case, yeah.
So with that said, this doesn't look too bad. I guess the one on the front cover, that little baby, orange looking baby going like this with the headphones. That's supposed to be Kickle.
I guess so.
I'm giving this 87.
Wow, at 87, what a difference of opinion from Brandon Bogard.
Again, I'm looking at this from a baby's perspective.
He's right.
Okay, Scott McVeigh.
You're a Waluigi right there.
Scott McVeigh, Kickle Cubicle. Wow.
Why, when I'm looking at these screenshots and such like that, it's giving me vibes to the old classic arcade game Pango, but I might be wrong completely.
Pango, huh?
Yeah, as you can see, it's got that puzzle element. You're on ice. You're kicking things. You're enemies here. It looks like it's got that typical puzzle style game to it, though. And at least by looking at the screenshots, I'm seeing there's some nice, decent level designs. There's a little storyline, but it's only as good as I guess I can get. Dead center, 75.
75. Okay, that's still about a C there. Yep. Okay, Gianni, you're up with Kickle Cubicle.
Why? What is this? I don't know. Like, this is one of the most ridiculous, silliest games.
It's a what?
Yeah, exactly. I don't know what it is. Like, of all the puzzle games.
No.
That's exactly yeah. It's not, I don't really understand what you're trying to do in this game. There's a lot of work to it.
It's so funny. You try saying it 5 times fast,
I don't even want
Cubicle, 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 Cubicle.
Yeah. Words English can't.
Wow.
I'm going to give this. It's getting a 50.
Oh, another 50, another F. Whoa. All right. Wow. Everybody has had a turn, right? Okay. I just want to make sure I haven't skipped over anybody. Hint, hint. Kickle Cubicle. Wow. Oh, my God. What a name for a title for a game that I don't even know. It looks really childish for this. Probably in that age range from 3 to 8, I don't think any teenager would want to tackle this game, considering, but it would be great for a 5 or 6 year old with an IQ of like 200. Anything that high on the IQ level would probably do well on a game like this. If they played it enough times, probably I would have to use a Game Genie.
Oh yeah.
4 hard levels, and they were going to four levels, and then go to 30 harder ones. It's not enough. I got to spend 4 hours on this game, man. Thank God they had the pause button by then. You know what I mean? For the Nintendo. Because if you had to hold your pee in order to not have to go to the bathroom, you would be like, no. I just don't know what they were thinking with this game. I'm sorry, 55. Let's fail it. I'm failing it. All right.
Hold your pee. One of
Hold
the
your pee.
2024 quotes by Jason DeCanio.
That's right. Yes, exactly. Hold your
Holy
pee.
crap.
That'd be for the bloopers. You know what I mean? Let's average it out, guys. Oh boy.
I think I've got all.
Man, with Brandon Bogart's 87, it didn't go into the Fs. It actually stayed in the D tier, 63.4, but it still gets a horn. Uh-huh. Yeah, there was a difference of opinion. There was 3 Fs in that series of scores, and with Brandon Bogart's high B, it took it out of the Fs. So, yeah. All right. You guys didn't like that game too much. Maybe I think Brandon Bogart liked it a lot more than everybody else, but still, you know. All right, let's excuse me. Let's look at the next game on the list, and this is another classic game that actually a lot of people played. This one is called Kid Icarus, or Icarus, or Icarus,
Icarus.
Icarus. You know, Icarus. Yeah, Kid Icarus was from the Nintendo R&D 1, Toze, Nintendo, February 15th, 1987. It's a platform video game developed and published by Nintendo for the Family Computer Disk System in Japan, Europe, North America. The plot of Kid Icarus revolves around protagonist Pit's quest for 3 sacred treasures, which he must equip to rescue the Greek-inspired fantasy world, Angle Land, and its ruler, the goddess Platuna, or Platunia?
Yeah.
Am I pronouncing that right? Platana.
Palutena, actually.
Palatena. Thank you.
Palatena.
I just said Platuna. Like tuna. Palutena. The player controls Platuna. The player controls Pit through the platform areas while fighting monsters and collecting items. The objective is to reach the end of the levels and to find and defeat boss monsters that guard the 3 treasures. The game was developed by Nintendo's Research and Development Division 1 with assistance from the external company, and which helped the testing. It was designed by Toru Osawa and Yoshio Sakamoto, directed by Satoru Okada, and produced by Gunpei Yokai. Wow.
Gunpei Yoko.
This one had mixed critical reception, but became a cult classic. Oh boy. Okay, who's next to start us off here? Get Scott, right?
I think so, yeah.
Scott,
Yeah.
You're up.
Gunpei Yokoi, yes. This guy did a lot of cool stuff on Nintendo. And yes, he actually helped create the Game Boy itself. Kid Icarus is a popular game, to be honest. He was actually one of the major characters on the TV series Captain N, the Video Master. Yep, you remember that? There was a great Nintendo 3DS remake, sequel finally called Kid Icarus Uprising,
which I have.
Yes, exactly. It's a good game though, the way too. Though the fact that he has been well recognized in the Super Smash Bros. Series technically means this is a classic game character. It's just after the Black Box series, now starting the Gray Box series that Nintendo did. It's a classic. I'm not going to give anything less than 100.
100 for Scott McVeigh, and he gets a perfect score on it. Okay. Very nice. Okay, Gianni. Kid Icarus.
Yeah, so that's how I mean, Smash Bros. is... I don't think they did until Kid Icarus Uprising. I don't know what other games they put in. They have.
That would have been it. Just this and Uprising. That would have been it.
Oh, really? I remember when Kid Icarus Uprising came out. I did not know it was that. I mean, of course, I think the only I know most about it, of course, is they put Pit and Palutena and Smash Brothers.
By the way, Purple Goblin says, "Hi, Mark."
Well, hello to you too, sir. Welcome in. And the rule with streams, Purple Goblin, you're never late.
No, there's never late for that. Okay. But Gianni, back to you with your...
Yeah, I mentioned, I mostly know them from Smash Brothers. I'm going to give it 100.
Oh, he's gonna double up Scott's score. Okay, and we give it a perfect 100 there. 200s in a row. Mark Leota, Kid Icarus.
All right. So, first off, if Kid Icarus is such a classic character, then explain to me how it took nearly a quarter of a century in between releases from this game to Uprising. Explain that, Nintendo.
I know, crazy.
Yeah, what do you gotta say for yourself, Nintendo? Huh?
But no, in all seriousness, though, this is a great game, and all your favorite video games probably ones for Mario. Well, as you've probably seen on my channel, Purple Goblin, Mario is my favorite too. Hopefully, you've been enjoying my Mario versus Donkey Kong videos I've been putting out. Now, as far as the Kid Icarus for the NES is concerned, this is fairly obvious. Perfect 100.
Oh, double up on it too. There we go. We got a triple up on it, and we give it another 100 there. Will Mr. Bogard give it a clean sweep? You're up.
Come on.
Okay.
Come on. That's better. Okay, so you wanted a clean sweep?
I don't know. Will you? It's up to you. Will you do it? It's up to. I mean, I'm just.
Here's the answer to my question.
What? Oh, gosh, this is gonna be fun.
Oh boy.
Oh, Brandon, you party pooper. You ruined everything.
You could have had it all, but that. No, okay.
This is why we can't have nice things.
So I'm looking at this. I'm sorry. I'm looking at this. I'm seeing an angel, and then I see a mini devil, and then I'm seeing either a green piece of lettuce or green diarrhea, whatever that is on the front cover, and the lands. This doesn't. I don't get it. I don't get this. To make it worse, 63.
Oh boy, the first
Oh, that's sad.
Man, the perfect streak is over for Kid Icarus as far as the guys are concerned. Well, I'll tell you, friends, I've never played the game, but I've heard some fantastic reviews on how popular it was. And judging by the cover art, this has got to be one of those games that was probably right after the Black Box series, was kind of almost like the Silver series of games, because it had that silver kind of cover to it, and then you saw just a little bit of the picture inside of it, all silver on the front. So this is kind of like after the dark days of the Nintendo, just when they were coming out of the 83 to 86, they were probably doing this one, because this one was 87. So right after the dark days of Nintendo, the early years, they come up with the silver box. So they went from black to silver. Popularity wise, I mean, I probably would have had fun if I would have played this game, probably got more involved, but I never played it. So I can't really, oh, wow. Huh. I'm looking at a pit fight with the monster. Ooh. Looks like Legend of Zelda to me. Kind of a spin-off with the bow, the bow and arrow. Can anybody say that this game has some Zelda in it?
Well, it's more of a platformer than a Zelda title, to be honest.
Okay. All right. Oh, well, we've got some we have some comments here. So let's see. He says
well, first
he says my okay.
Yeah, we already went over that.
He says Mario's a goat of Nintendo. Me and my cousin play Super Mario Smash Brothers a lot during the holidays dinner.
Well, that's nice.
And then he says, "Who is that clown to me? He looks like a classic WWE superstar named Doink."
You'll find out about Kid Clown in a minute or so.
Yeah, you'll find out about him too. Yeah.
That sounds from the Treehouse TV show, The Big Comfy Couch.
It does actually sound similar to that. Not gonna lie.
To me, that's what it said. And then he says, "That's not green diarrhea. That's just a cover of the game. No offense."
Yeah, that was coming.
Where's the 60?
The first video game that I've seen but not played is Superman 64.
You do not want to play Superman
No,
64,
you don't.
Purple Goblin. I will do that right now.
It's glitchy and it's a dumpster fire. And he says,
Agreed.
"Man,
That's
I
why
don't know
you
much
shouldn't
about
play it.
kid."
Nobody plays Superman 64. Terrible.
And it's kid. He calls it Kid and Dices. It's kid.
I think
Originally, I called this kid iCarless.
iCarly.
You know what? I think I can safely say that I'm kind of glad we're not ranking N64 games right now because I'm pretty sure we know what Superman 64 would get.
Yeah.
F.
Well, I'll tell you, friends. The only thing going on me is the cover art that's saving at 70. I'm gonna just give it a barely passing grade, but nothing higher than a 70 because that's all I can go on. All right, let's get our scores in here. Here we go.
I think I've got all.
Well, it's not an A, gentlemen, because unfortunately, with Brandon Bogart's D and my C, you guys got it to the B tier, 86.6. Still a B, still very respectable. High B, in fact, for that matter. Okay. All right. Well, let's look at the next one here. And
well, the Purple Goblin's already given an opinion about.
yeah, Kid Clown. And this one is Kid Clown in Nightmare World. Let me put it up there. Here we go. There it is. Kid Clown. Yeah, that looks like Lunette's brother from the big comfy couch.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I was doing that. There you go.
That's right. Kid Clown in Nightmare World is a platform video game for the NES published by Kemco April 1st, 1993. The first game in the Kid Clown series. It was a reskin of Mickey Mouse 3.
Yeah.
Mickey Mouse 3 Balloon Dreams, a licensed platform video game starring Mickey Mouse that was only released in Japan and released as part of the Crazy Castle series. Mickey Mouse 3 was released on September 30th, 1992 by Kemco. Other games in the Kid Clown series include Kid Clown and Crazy Chase for the Super NES, later released for the Game Boy. There was one for the PlayStation. You had it was Game Boy Color. As Bugs Bunny Crazy Castle 3. So there was a lot of spin-offs of this game. The player character Mickey Mouse Kid Clown carries balloons with which he can attack and jump higher or float, including the introduction level. There are 7 interesting levels throughout the game, each with its own unique theme. And at the very end of each level, there is a bonus stage. The player is able to collect extra lives and extra energy in the bonus stage. Okay. All right. Who's up with this one? Who starts? I'm losing track here.
I'm losing track too.
I know, right?
Okay, Scott. The last one we did was Kid Icarus.
Yes.
I think he did.
All right, yeah, that was started by
Scott.
Yeah,
so it is me.
Icarus,
So Johnny goes in there. But before we do that, looks like Purple Goblin has some more ones here. He says, or maybe Molly Brother from the big comfy couch. He says, I only played my Blue Hedgehog Sonic as a goat.
Sonic is really cool.
It is awesome.
And he says, why does King's Quest look like it's taking place in Canada? And then he says, absolutely loving cover for The Legend of Zelda. Looks really nice. Okay.
It does.
Yeah. We'll get to that in a week or two.
Not there yet, unfortunately.
Okay, Gianni, you're up with this one with Kid Clown and Nightmare World.
I feel with this first half, we were talking about the karate games.
Mm-hmm.
This half, we're just getting the most ridiculous games we can find possible. It's crazy. Look,
right?
I know, like looks like they ripped off a game with Mickey Mouse, or it was Mickey Mouse in the game. Also.
Right. Yep. Had a lot of spin-offs of the same play. Yep.
It's almost like the Mario 2 Doki Doki Panic, but we'll get into that a little bit later. One thing I do like though is I kind of like some of the sprites.
Yeah.
And look, like I see like part of like all of the sprites in one picture, and some of them are kind of cool. It's the traditional like NES sprites. The character does look a little like Mickey Mouse though. The overalls he's wearing. Yeah, it looks like Bugs Bunny's Crazy Castle a little bit. Birthday blowout, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna give this 64.
64. He's gonna buzz it. All right. And what is the Purple Goblin says is Wheel of Fortune on this tier list because my friend Jerry H is a big fan, but has the PC version. Yes, Wheel of Fortune series is on it, but way down in the W's, my friend. We're not even close.
We'll get there.
We will get there eventually. Yes. Okay, 64 for Gianni. We're back to Mark Leota with his look at Kid Clown.
Yeah. And yeah, I was trying to say before I realized Wheel of Fortune's like way further down. Kid Clown, I have not heard of this game, but from what I'm seeing, he looks kind of cringy on that cover. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, like the way he's waving at you, like I want to be your friend, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna be friends with you if you look creepy on the cover art of your game, sir. Nice try. All right, 55.
55, and he buzzes it. Oh. All right, we got two. We got a D and an F, and what else is the Goblin going to say? He says, to me, he looks creepy in that cover. Reminds me of Mankind mixes with Pennywise, and then that's scary. Very interesting comments there, Purple Goblin. Thank you. Okay, Brandon Bogard, you're up with Kid Clown in Nightmare World.
So First of all, it looks like a regular game looking at these images, gameplay images.
Yep.
And then on the front cover, it looks like if you combined Patrick Starr with Kevin James' lost son.
Says another sound effect for the big comfy couch. A popular Canadian kid show from
Goblin.
Yeah. He was giving that one directed to Mark.
I figured.
I gotta give it 68.
Oh, you gotta give it a buzzer. He gives it a D. Okay, Scott. Kid Clown.
Oh, this is going to be funny. First of all, I have a better comparison for the Kid Clown cover art here. It kind of looks like Chris Griffin from Family Guy wearing clown makeup and big googly eyes.
Very interesting and very to the point. You get a free city.
There you go.
Yeah, you get a free city. Oh,
okay.
yeah.
And now I'm also looking at a lot of different when I did a Google search here, I'm seeing pictures of not just this version, but the original Mickey Mouse version. There had to be some graphical changes I noticed here quite a bit, though. And it's hilarious. Someone made a mock cover art of the Kid Clown being getting stared down with a pissed off Mickey Mouse or something like that. It's quite classic. Game wise, it looks generic, but then again, I still wish if only Kemco could keep the Mickey Mouse license in America, that would have been a little more helpful. 60.
Oh boy, he buzzes it too. I think that's four buzzers, I think 3 buzzers and a seat and a 70, right? I'm not sure. Let's see. Purple Goblin says, in my days, we had Treehouse TV, and my favorite shows were the Backyardigans and Frank.
Yeah.
Wow. Because of their TikTok thing.
By the way, before I completely space out,
Yeah,
you do your
and the
review,
funny
guys.
thing is,
The
Purple Goblin,
Backyardigans
I was
was my number
actually
10 favorite.
Yeah.
and the
Preschool
funny
show
thing
of all
is, like,
time.
the funny thing is, Purple Goblin, I was actually reading off something about TikTok during DMS News earlier today. So
Mickey Mouse should never be on public domain.
Oh,
This
here's
was
something that's hilarious, though.
Oh, I
Hey,
do
notice-
remember that. Yeah, when Castaways and Into the Thick of It became big on TikTok.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
I was going to
I
mention.
don't do TikTok.
No,
I
I don't
was-
do it.
I was going to
Number
mention
10,
one last thing
10
before. I forget,
Backyardigans. You're my number 10
Ooh.
favorite. Top 10. Well
Top
done.
10. Yeah.
I remember used to watch that show when I was younger.
And Pablo's my favorite character.
Hmm.
I was going to mention one last thing here. When they did decide to make a Kid Clown game for the Super Nintendo, they gave him a complete overhaul, making it look completely different than this as well, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that made it into a completely different game and all that there as well. But that's all I can say about that.
Okay, everybody got their scores, and I didn't miss anybody, right?
Yep, we're good.
Okay.
Yeah, you're good.
I've never seen this game before. Like I said, it looks like Lunette's brother from Big Comfy Couch. I mean, it made him look like Minor Bedhead when he was a kid. You know, Major Bedhead, Minor Bedhead. When he was a little, you know. That could only be one of those things. So, Kid Clown, boy, why would you have a clown unless it's Ronald McDonald? That's the only way you could do it. Oh, wait, 2 more comments here. And Tyrone is my favorite character too. He Canadian like me because he's a moose.
Okay, so he likes Tyrone. I like Pablo.
He is humble. Unica and Tasha are kind of bratty in the show.
Uniqua.
Uniqua.
Oh, or Mankind, or even Pennywise. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna buzz this one. I have nothing to say with this game. 53. Okay, we all agree on this one. Let's go ahead and average it out.
I think I've got all.
Well, gentlemen, this one's staying in the D tier, an even 60, and it gets a horn.
Yeah.
There it is.
Just barely avoided getting a losing horn.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
barely
wow.
getting a losing horn is right. So there.
Oh, speaking of
Okay.
horns,
Speaking of horns, it is the end of this game. Thank God. It's like, you know. Oh my God. I tell you. Wow. Good job on the games today, gentlemen. And now, of course, we're going to finish up Where Am I? With the last 3 clues of this game. And of course, hopefully you got an answer for us here. And if you were following us at home and you wrote down the clues, we'll go ahead and give you the last 3 clues. And here we go. So the next clue is I have strained relations with my southern neighbor. My capital is Beirut. Where am I with the letter initial L? Okay, let's go ahead and get our. Bye-bye, Purple Goblin. I have to get going.
yeah. Well, we're wrapping up anyway, so
Yeah.
That's good.
Okay. So, all right. So those were the clues. And so, Mark, what do you think is the answer to Where Am I?
all right. Well, you said L, so I'm thinking Lebanon.
That is correct. You are right indeed. Nicely done. That is a letter reveal. Very good. Brandon, what do you say?
I had no guess at all.
Yes. Okay. Buzzer there. Gianni?
I thought it was, Lithuania, even though I know that wasn't.
No, not listening.
Oh, yeah, all I could think of.
Right. Scott?
I want to make an admission right now. As soon as you said the cedar thing, I did a Google search, so I'm going to actually excuse myself from this one. However,
Well, you disqualify yourself. At least you're honest on that one. So, Mark, congratulations. You got the Where Am I today. Nicely done.
Yeah, the only correct answer for that today.
Yeah.
had I said that, like I said, when I looked at the cedar flag, I'm thinking, yeah, but I realized, I cheated, so I can't really, get the points.
Like I said, there's no prize for it, but Mark is
Except pride.
Except
After
right at
bragging
Mark
rights, yeah.
the answer tonight. Lithuania, though, would have been a great answer for that matter. And you guys, like I said, just to kind of keep your brains going here, give you a little break and everything. We're going to pick up with the K's next week with Kid Cool, and we'll be going through those K's and getting to the L's next week on episode 26. 2 more episodes before Easter Sunday. And, of course, you guys are going to get that break on April 3rd. So enjoy it because, you deserved every bit of it here. I want to thank my tier masters, of course, Mark Leota, Brandon Bogart, Gianni Pizzi, Scott McVeigh, all you guys for tuning in, including the Purple Goblin, who has given some fantastic, critiques on some of the games tonight, right? He has some fun things for that matter. And we'll see you guys next week. For all of us here at the David 3000 Network, I'm Jason Kenio. Good night.
Don't forget to subscribe to the David 3000 Network for more great content like this one.